We are in Rome, Italy, and it is beautiful. Check it out.
You know, we're just seeing everything we've learned about, like here especially, but all trip long, especially at like the Vatican and other places where we see statues and stuff that we easily can recognize.
So yeah, we've been touring around Rome in the greater Roman area. We've been inside the walls, outside the walls.
We basically just went through the most important places in Rome.
So we're here on a bus right now. We've used public transportation a lot this trip, which is really cool because it's, you know, you get to see how actual Romans travel through the city.
So basically every day we wake up super early and we go and we see a bunch of churches, a bunch of ruins, all these cool things. And then we go out to eat together, have a bunch of pastas and pizzas, and more pasta and pizza, more pasta and pizza.
Today's our second day here, and today we took the trip to the Vatican. We've done some tours, and we got a papal audience today. We came into the square, St. Peter's Square. Me and a couple other buddies we made our way to the front of a line, or to the front of a barrier, and I put him on my shoulders to try to get a better view. And he got his phone out and got a great video like 5 feet away from the Pope.
We saw the Pope today, and that was awesome. Got some awesome pictures of the Pope.
It's gonna be a sweet memory for me to look back on and, you know, show my grandparents and my parents. And you know, it was a really awesome experience to be able to be that close to the Pope. You know, someone you hear his name every day at Mass, or someone you see on TV like that, and it's just an amazing experience.
My favorite experience in Italy so far is probably exploring Vatican City.
The best experience I've had so far is at the Vatican, just going in through St. Peter's.
It's just massive, kind of breathtaking. You've only seen pictures of it online and stuff, but when you actually walk into it, it's unbelievable. Learning all that stuff back in school and then finally being able to see the Pieta and the Transfiguration.
It's really cool to see like Sistine Chapel.
Basically every church you see here in Rome is better than the best church you see back at home.
We're at the top of St. Peter's Basilica, overlooking, you can see the 7 hills of Rome.
Pretty much they just took all of the stairs in Rome, stacked them up, and that's how you get up here.
Just seeing all the Roman architecture and just the whole papal square and everything, it was just amazing.
We're at the Colosseum right now, and we're just taking a tour around the outside.
Earlier today, we went to the Colosseum, which was my favorite part of the day. Learned a lot about it, learned some things I didn't know.
They used to have naval battles. They would fill it up with water, and they would bring a few ships in here.
A lot of different events there, such as like hunting, and a lot of trapdoors, which is stuff I didn't know about.
They would have executions. They would put on plays where the people would actually be killed in the plays. And then, of course, they would have the gladiator battles in here.
I thought going to the Forum and seeing where they actually burned Caesar's body, where they brought Caesar's body back to the Forum, I thought that was a really cool place to see, like, where it actually happened.
Right now we're at Palatine Hill. As legend has it, Romulus and Remus first started the Roman Empire. This is where they were first born and cast out, and they went down the river, and it was said that they were raised by wolves.
We just visited St. John Lateran Church and Scala Sancta. There used to be the, supposedly, are the staircases that Jesus climbed in the home of Pontius Pilate. They were brought over by Constantine's mother at like 300 AD. So supposedly even Jesus' blood is on the steps, so it was a really spiritual, cool experience.
We did each step knee by knee, and every time we climbed a step, we said a prayer.
We are at the ancient Roman port town of Ostia.
It was 60,000 people that lived here, and then eventually they had to clear out because the river moved and they weren't getting the resources that they needed to.
All the cities are laid out the same way. I mean, look, it's really similar to Pompeii, except it's more like intact.
We're outside the Pantheon, and we're going on a night walking tour of Rome.
It was like a modern Rome, modern Rome, modern Rome, and then you just out of nowhere you see like the Pantheon.
Well, right now we're at Piazza Navono. It's kind of an artistic region. It used to be the Emperor's racetrack. It's a very like circular area, and you can tell where the street is, the way the track used to be. And there's shops surrounding the streets, and that's where they were actually built right on top of the stands of the racetrack.
That was really cool seeing like all the ancient parts of Rome like within you know, a modern city.
The entire time you're walking around, which is a lot, you're just continuously walking on art, and it's unreal.
My favorite experience here so far in Sorrento especially is just kind of like the daily life here. You're walking around, there's street vendors, everyone's talking to each other, everyone's out.
My favorite things for this whole trip is being in Sorrento, just being around, like going to Pompeii and being around the beach. It's just a really nice environment.
At first I was most excited for Rome, but as I've been here, Rome's great, don't get me wrong, but Sorrento is the most beautiful city I've ever seen.
Me and about 10 people did about a 45-minute swim over to a couple of cliffs that you can climb and jump off of, and that was just a really cool experience to go and do that with some of my best friends.
We were on top of Mount Vesuvius.
Mount Vesuvius is a volcano that erupted years ago, destroying a bunch of cities.
We've always heard about the explosion that happened thousands of years ago here, and just to see it now, and it's pretty breathtaking. It's really a sight to see.
We're going to Pompeii, and we're gonna see the ancient ruins, I guess you would say, of Pompeii City.
We are in Pompeii. We're looking at what life would be like when back in the Roman time.
It was crazy to see like how intact it was after all these years and how much they uncovered and still have yet to be uncovered.
I think the coolest part about this is what they did with the plaster casts. How they were able to, first of all, find the skeletons, and then with technology, able to recreate like even facial expressions and like the exact movements of what they were doing.
Pompeii it's beautiful, I can't express.
We went to the first Jesuit church, and we got to see St. Ignatius's shoes and the place that he died.
We saw the tombs of St. Ignatius and St. Xavier.
Which was awesome because I went to St. Francis Xavier grade school, and I went to St. Ignatius High School, so I kind of felt like I was at home and I was seeing my two schools' saints.
Yeah, they actually have the arm of St. Xavier. Well, we just visited the apartment of St. Ignatius of Loyola and got to see where he actually lived and where he died.
We're in the Ignatius apartments, and it is insane that we're actually here right now. It's really cool, like this is where all the Jesuit education that we've all received, where it all started. This is Ignatius's study that we're in right now.
It's awesome how you can see like the chair that he sat in actually, and like the tables that he actually like worked at.
In this room they have a bust of what he looked like, and it's his actual height too.
Probably my favorite experience so far has been the freedom to be able to experience making your way around a foreign country with your friends.
A lot of these guys I won't see again, but the fact that we have this bonding experience is probably just an opportunity of a lifetime.
You know, I'm not going to see all these guys in college. It's just one last, kind of hurrah that we're going to all be together. My favorite memory is definitely when we sang the alma mater on the Jesu steps. Just being one last time with the boys, it's really felt good.
If God is here, he's at this place. If he exists, this is what he made. He made Pompeii, Italy, he made Rome, Italy, and he made Sorrento.